All right, what's going on, you guys? This is UltronTu. Welcome back to the UltronTu show. Coming out with you live at the internet. So, guys, check this out. So, we got another video here. So, we're going to be reacting to Doc Dark 1985 once again. This time, the title of the video is "The Xbox Series X might be my last console." I have not seen this video. But I actually want to see what Doc has to say in this video here. Because honestly, with the way I see it, with the way gaming is, everybody needs to get into PC, bro. Like, like all jokes aside, like real shit, everybody needs to get into PC. And I've been saying this for years, bro. Like, PC is the new, it's the future. Like let's keep it real. PC and subscription services is the future of gaming. And I've seen over the years a lot of console people switch over to PC and they never went back. Same thing with me. Now, don't get it twisted. Just because I got a PC doesn't mean I'm not going to play on my consoles every now and then. You know, like retro consoles. Um, I still have my PS5 now. Even if I'm on PC, I will always have my PlayStation console to the side when I want to get on that. PlayStation has always been the console that's always been at my side when I needed it. That's always been my primary console. Before, like years before I even got into PlayStation console gaming, I was with Nintendo. As years went by, as you guys know my story, went to PlayStation. I tried it on Xbox, then I switched over to PC full time. But PlayStation is my preferred console. I think it's the best console. Um, due to the games that's on the system, and because a lot of my friends that I met over the years is on PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their personal preferences. This is not a debate video between which is better, Xbox or PlayStation. But I will say this: after all these years, I'm surprised Xbox has not made a portable console, and that's one thing Microsoft can never knock Sony. And I feel like this needs to be talked about. Like, it's a very underrated statement in 2025, even last year. But real OG gamers know, like, everybody should have heard of the PSP and the PS Vita. I don't have a PSP, but I do have a PlayStation Vita. This console is very underrated, and I feel like it was ahead of its time. I heard that one of the reasons why this console failed is because of mobile gaming or some shit like that, which is dumb because how can you compare mobile gaming to the PlayStation Vita or just a gaming console that's a portable console? You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even have the same games. Like, and mind you, I have my iPhone. I use my phone every single day. iPhone 14 Plus, right? Phase Clan, phase up. But I haven't played a mobile game on my phone in years, man. And I have mobile games on my phone, which is crazy. Like, games on the phone doesn't compare to a console game. But more of the story, I want to get into this reaction video. Don't want to ramble on for too long. But I want to see what Doc has to say with this because this needs to be talked about. And it's crazy, but a lot of people are starting to make videos on Doc, but in the bad light. But you know what I'm saying? Like, people always got stuff to say. But let's get into what he has to say.
What's up, everybody? Dog 1985. There's levels to this, okay? I know you're not gonna like the title of this video and you're not gonna like this talking point, but just
Oh
just
God,
just
here we
bear with
go.
me and listen. The Xbox Series X
All right.
might be my last console.
All right. Why?
Highly likely that it's gonna be my last console. Doc, what do you mean? Well, I have gone over to PC, and PC has been ultimately a greater experience to play games than console has been. I still
Which is so true. I try to tell people this for years. It's so true. People need to give it a chance. And one thing that will make your experience even better is when you have updated parts. When you start upgrading your parts over time, your experience get better and better and better. You know what I'm saying? That's the coolest thing about PC is that you can do whatever you want with your computer. At the end of the day, a PC is a computer, and you could do whatever you want on the computer, bro. The spectrum of how a computer works, plus the gaming side of it, you could turn that motherfucker into a monster, my nigga. You could do whatever you want with it. With a console, hell no, you can't do nothing with that. Console is console is so locked in to it's just locked into a certain box. Everything is locked on the box, and plus at the end of the day, it's not a computer. It's a gaming console system, a gaming entertainment system, but it's limited to what it could really do. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. But let's see what Doc has to say.
No matter what any PC gamer tries to tell me or whatever they try to convince me, I still am gonna give the ease of use to the console. No questions asked. It is way easier to set up a console, way easier to use a console, way easier to update a console. I've tried both. And I'm fresh into the
I
PC.
mean, you're not wrong about that. It is easier, and we're talking about at a standpoint of like actually like plug and play. Consoles obviously easier to use, but we all know for obvious reasons. We all know why. You know what I'm saying?
PC world. The problem is a lot of PC users have been gaming on PC for a while. To them, they forget how easy it is to use a console because to them using a PC is just as easy, which is fair. And I'm experiencing that too. I'm getting more comfortable with PC, navigating through things.
And see, that's how it is now that because I've been gaming on PC for years, bro, and it's like ever since I got into this thing, like the like the talk of gaming harder on a PC just doesn't exist in my world. You know what I'm saying? I could buy a game, download it, simple as that. Wash my hands, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? It's easy as that. It's the same process with a console, my guy. The only thing that makes PC situation a little bit different than how it is on console is the updates in terms of restarting your computer, having this update, um, checking storage, this and that, this and that. What's another thing? The shading, because on console you don't have to deal with that. I don't think so, but like on PC there's more settings when it comes to games. PC you have to deal with shading, like shaders, like with Call of Duty. If you play Call of Duty on PC, you know what I'm talking about. And then there's some other stuff that downloads. And then on top of that, with PC, there's also like other like BattleNet, like there's other game software. What I forgot the terminology for it, but there's like a lot of stuff. But once you get into it, you'll realize how easy it is, and the rest is just simple. You just gotta get comfortable with it, be used to it.
Having the tab out is not a big deal for me anymore, right? Like I get it, like I understand it, right? Putting a game in window mode versus full screen mode, right? I get it. Something that a
Yep.
console gamer would never have to think about. Never have to think, right? I get it. I get it. It does get easier, but it's not as easy as turning on a console. It's just not.
Which is true.
But with all that being said, the experience of gaming on PC, it's way better than gaming on console. It's not even close. When you're talking about money wise, when you're talking about access to games, when you're talking about access to different stores, when you're talking about access to different peripherals, it just doesn't match. And that's why this is probably going to be my last console. Especially
Really?
with the rumors that what Xbox is going to be doing next generation is going to be a PC anyways.
I don't know, bro. Maybe I feel like I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't. And I'm talking as a PC gamer myself. and a console player, but I'm a full-time PC gamer, right? I feel like you shouldn't completely rule out console. Um, and I feel like it's really because of the nostalgic factor of it, and because I can understand that there are times as a gamer that you don't want to sit at your desk and play on a PC because majority of people that have a PC, we all have a gaming setup. We have a desk, monitor, all this other stuff here. We're sitting at a table. The average console player, we just kicking it on the couch in the living room, or we in our bed playing on a game. Like I actually had a separate setup for my console. Like I have a 50-inch TV to the side. Like I have my main gaming setup here, and then I have another area in my room where my bed is over here, and I have a 50-inch TV right here, and that's where I used to play all my console games on. And then my gaming setup, which I'm sitting at right now, this is only for my PC. But after doing a little tinking around, I decided to try to have my PS5 at my main desk setup instead of having it where my TV is at, just to see how it is. Because I have an ultra wide monitor, 1440p, and it's a 30-inch TV. Well, not TV, but gaming monitor, 30-inch, and it's ultra wide. It's an ultra wide curve, which makes it better. It's an LED or RGB. It's an RGB ultra wide curved monitor, 30 inches wide, 1440p by MSI. Good brand, right? So I feel like if I want the full experience of gaming, now the TV I have is good too. I have a Vizio TV, 4K smart TV. It's good too, but I want to actually get the full gaming experience on an actual gaming monitor. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that you can get from a gaming monitor that you won't get from a TV. But I feel like you shouldn't rule out consoles yet. I feel like as a gamer, you just gotta have a console, bro. Besides having a PC. Like, I don't understand certain people that have a gaming PC where that's all they play on. Like, I feel like if you're gonna call yourself a real gamer, you gotta play on everything, bro. You gotta play on everything. Now, me personally, I don't have no loyalty in terms of like sticking to one system. Like I play on everything. But me personally, out of every console in existence, Xbox is the one console that I probably would not get back on anymore. And the reason why is because I have a PC. Everything that you can do on the Xbox, you do that on the PC, bro. And I tell people this all. I had conversations with so many people at work. I had conversations with people in public, GameStop workers. Like I've literally had conversations with even Tyler at Steel Collectibles. I had a conversation with him too, and on my live streams and stuff like that, right? I feel like if you have a gaming PC, there's no point in owning an Xbox. There really isn't. Why? Like if you could give me 10 reasons to own an Xbox while I have a PC, knock yourself out. But like why? Game Pass is on PC. Like remember, Microsoft is literally the internet itself. Like it's like Microsoft, Xbox. It's all the same thing. Like everything that you could do on Xbox is on the computer. PlayStation, not necessarily. Sure, they have their exclusives coming to PC, but every PlayStation exclusive is not on PC yet, bro. Why haven't? And I'm still trying to figure out why haven't we gotten another Bloodborne? Why hasn't Bloodborne? I don't even think Bloodborne's even on PC. I don't think so. And why haven't we gotten a sequel to Bloodborne? Like that's like the one game that nobody wants to talk about. I feel like Sony's scared. Sony's scared of that game for some reason. I don't know why. Everybody's been talking about it for so long. Sly Cooper, another underrated exclusive, nobody wants to talk about. I don't even think Sly Cooper's even on PC. You know what I'm saying? But for those people that do have a PlayStation Vita or a PSP, you're lucky. You can actually play stuff on that. If you're trying to play it on a different system that's not the PS4 or PS3 or PS5, just playing on that. But it's always good to have a console, Mel. You know what I'm saying? And it's just more convenient to have a console. Because not all the time you're going to be at your desk gaming. Like sometimes you want to be mobile and just have a Nintendo DS or 3DS or 2DS or your Nintendo Switch console. And then with PlayStation, you got your PSP or PS Vita. You know what I'm saying? But with the PC side, I mean, PC side, we have our own portable console. We have the Rock Ally, the Asus Rock Ally. That's what it's called, which is cool. Like being able to game from your PC to a portable console is kind of cool though. Playing CS:GO on a Rock Ally, that's pretty lit. But let's finish up this video.
So the next Xbox that I buy is going to be more PC than traditional console. If they want to call it a console, that's fine. It is what it is. It's still going to be an Xbox. This is what I said. This might be my last console, not my last Xbox. I can foresee myself buying another Xbox. If Xbox comes out with a better PC than the one that
Last console, but not last Xbox. Huh? I don't know.
I have currently at a reasonable price, that might be an Xbox that I buy. But as far as a traditional console that's locked behind wall,
Hey, bro, real talk. I think you mentioned in the video about GTA 6 and maybe getting a PS5 Pro. I feel like, because check this out. Rockstar stated that it's coming to console first. Okay, there was no discussion with PC at launch. And everybody knows when a game first come out that's on console, the PC port doesn't come out until like another year or two. So, and that's very, very unfortunate. And see, that's another reason right there. Right there is exactly why a gamer should never just stick to one platform. Have multiple platforms. Or particularly, a gamer should never just stick to PC. Always have a console to the side just in case of stuff like that. And I feel like if you want the full experience of gaming, especially with GTA 6, get the PS5 Pro if you don't have a PS. I feel like that should only really be for people that don't have a PS5 already. I feel like if you already have a PS5, you don't need the PS5 Pro. Unless you're that nerd head that's on some PC shit and you want that ray tracing, extra graphics, blah, 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 shadowless, this and that. You could spend that $700 extra and buy that PS5, brother. That's on you. That's your money. You can do whatever you want. I know some people that actually talked about trading in their PS5 and some other games that they got on the side, or just trading PS5 and just throwing some money on top to get the PS5 Pro. You could do either one. It's up to you. I mean, which is smart though. Instead of throwing out $700 right out the gate, you could just trade in your PS5, pay the difference, or trade in some other games, try to knock it down, and get the console you're trying to get. Or you could wait for the console to go on sale and just buy it. You could do whatever you want, but that's just how I see it personally.
walls and I gotta pay for online and all that other kind of stuff, I don't see myself doing it. I'm just being honest with you. So I'm curious for you. Is this your last generation of console?
Mm, if I'm keeping it gangster on some gangster shit, hell nah, hell nah. This is definitely not my last console. Definitely not. Cause I don't have that mentality where I'm never buying a console ever again. No. I'm still going to be buying consoles. I just won't be playing on the consoles and buying games for the consoles as much as I would with the PC because PC is my main thing I play on. You know, like for example, like all the call like when I had my PS4, right? When I first got my PS4, I didn't even have a PC at the time. I got into PC gaming like I got my first PC. What was this? 2021. So it was like, and the market was so trash. Like scalpers were like literally ruining everything. And I had bought a pre-built laptop and a PC desktop. Bought a pre-built laptop. Uh, wait, what am I saying? I bought a laptop, a gaming laptop, and I also bought a pre-built desktop. Trash. Then I decided to myself, you know what? Let me build a PC, see how it is. Very therapeutic for me, I will say that. I was able to get the best bang for my buck. You know, I was able to save some money, and I was able to play with PC parts that literally came out the same year. Got it all for a good deal. As time went on, I upgraded some parts here and there, and I still need to upgrade some parts. Like I still like right now, I still have the RTX 3060 in my computer, and I have the i5 12400. You know, that's my CPU and GPU. And these both of these um components are still great in 2025. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. The RTX 3060 is a really great budget graphics card. It's really honestly, if you ask me, if we were to make a tier list of graphics cards, the 3060 is definitely A tier or S tier. Like it's one of the best graphics cards ever made. Honestly, if you ask me, very budget. The 3060 plays at 1440p. You're able to get decent FPS. You're able to use ray tracing and all these other features. With a 3050, you couldn't do none of that shit. That was the 3050 is the best 1080p graphics card on the market, if you ask me. But if we're talking about budget graphics cards, definitely that. If we're keeping it real. But honestly, dog, if you're watching this, bro, definitely upgrade your PC parts, man. Um, do what you got to do. Like, you definitely don't want to stick to having the same PC parts for like too long. You don't have to upgrade your parts like how people upgrade their iPhones, trying to buy the newest iPhone every year or every 2 years. Like, and honestly, if you ask me, brother, try Nvidia. Nvidia, and this is just me. Like, I used to have an AMD. I used to have an AMD PC, like in terms of having AMD CPU, AMD graphics card. But ever since I switched into Nvidia and Intel, everything was just so much better. I don't have a problem with AMD CPUs. The CPU is not the problem. Me personally, I personally prefer Intel CPUs. Um, mainly because it's like the price and because it's easier to just keep track of and right off the bat just know based off of memory. Like if you do research, like with AMD, it's gonna be kind of harder to like keep track because AMD got all these numbers and everything's just a little bit more complicated on that side. I really do not like AMD graphics cards. They overheat, and don't get me wrong, some of the graphics cards will get better FPS with an AMD graphics card, depending on like what it is than an Nvidia. But if you ask me, if AMD is like the Android of graphics cards and Nvidia is basically the iPhone of graphics cards. That's just what the trend is. Everybody's just going with Nvidia, bro. Um, that's why personally, if I'm reselling PCs, I would mainly resell Nvidia products and Intel because that's just what's going to move faster. But let's wrap this up.
I don't know. I wonder how many people are in my same boat. We'll see. Doc Dog 1985, there's levels to this. We out. Peace.
Yeah, guys. So, Doc, if you're watching this, brother, Um, I don't think this will be the last console you buy. Honestly, I don't think so. I think if they were to come up with another Xbox, I feel like you'll buy it, but I feel like Microsoft has to. They have to throw in more to. They have to throw in more pieces to the pie. You know what I'm saying? If you're not throwing anything in, if you're not throwing anything onto the pie to make it more sweet and more delicious and more satisfying to have to eat, we're just gonna walk away from it. We're not even gonna take the pie. What is the point? Same thing with a pizza. If you're not throwing no toppings on that pizza, we most likely not gonna we're gonna contemplate if we want to eat that slice of pizza or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're a person that likes toppings on that pizza. Same thing with Microsoft, bro. If you're not offering us any value, especially with these tariffs and price hiking and scalpers and all these bastards out here just robbing people blind, what is even the point? And it's like I said, man, Game Pass is what's holding Microsoft up right now. If it wasn't for Game Pass, Microsoft would have died out a long time ago. And think about it. And I'm gonna keep it real, bro. When was the last time you saw Microsoft promote the Xbox Series S or X? Especially the X. I kid you not. I'm on YouTube every day. I haven't seen an Xbox Series X commercial in so long. Like years, bro. Like probably 2020. That was part of the last time I ever saw Xbox Series X commercial. Like real shit. Now the latest thing I saw from Xbox Series X is when Microsoft made the white version of the X and they try to price it at $600. Like who is paying that? And now on top of that, they didn't even do that at launch. They did that years later after the console came out. And mind you, during this period, this was no, this wasn't during COVID. I don't think so. No, this wasn't during COVID. This was like years after. Then they added 2 TB to the console, made it white, whatever, $600. Like that's not justifiable to pay that price. That console when it first came out was what, $400, something like that. People already don't even want to play on a Series X. What makes you think somebody's gonna pay like why? When I could go buy the PS5 Pro for $600, aftermarket $500. You know what I'm saying? Because these prices be going down in value on aftermarket. Like that is so dumb. Anybody that pays $600 for a white Xbox Series X, it's an idiot. Don't even do it, bro. That's all I gotta say for this video. Doc, if you're watching this, hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. And anybody else that's watching this video. All these videos that I'm doing right now, they're gonna drop on my second channel. This is the UltronTu Gaming and Reacts channel. If you guys want to check out my main channel, link is in the description down below. It's UltronTu. You guys go head over there and go subscribe. Yeah, that's it. UltronTu signing out, and as always, peace out. I'm out, y'all.